Hello everyone, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector. Hope you're all doing great out there, and I'm actually on my way to work right now, but I did want to talk to you guys today, kind of do another hit or miss video on the kind of controversial piece this weekend, and I'm referring to the XM Studio Swamp Thing. Now, this is a really cool piece, right? Everybody loves Swamp Thing. They really wanted a new Swamp Thing from XM, but the controversy is it is practically identical to the pose of the Hulk transformation. And the Hulk transformation is a piece that is widely celebrated. It is a phenomenal piece. I think it's one of the best pieces that XM Studios has done. And it came out fairly recently, within the last year or so. And so everybody's like, oh my God, this pose is exactly the same. This is lazy, the XM stealing from themselves. And so it has created some controversy of whether the pose is stolen. Well, I don't know how you can steal from your same company. I don't know how that works. And XM actually responded to this. And they said, you know, there's only like 20 poses that any company can do. You know, the body can only be put into certain, you know, a number of certain poses, and that's true. You know, for so long we had the Captain Morgan pose, and that's all we had. You know, that leg up. And so companies have really done a good job, I think, of trying to do something different, which again, you know, they're always trying to bring something new to the fans. But this piece, again, it is pretty darn close to the Hulk transformation. So, you know, they said the Hulk transformation was done like 4 years ago, and this one was only done within the last year. I don't think any of that really matters. I don't really understand that point, because again, they're taking their same pose from themselves. Obviously, Hulk transformation was a very popular pose, and so maybe they thought, you know, it is what it is. But it is controversial. But does it take away from the actual statue itself? So that's what really matters. Is the statue itself good or not? And so that's what we're going to do right now with this hit and miss video. We're going to be looking at all the photos, pre-order information, and all of that good stuff. So anyway, without further ado, let's check out this piece. Is it a hit? Is it a miss? Let's find out. All right, collectors, so I want to dive right into the controversy, but I also want to dive into the actual art. So we're going to talk about the controversy here in just a few minutes, but let's talk about the art itself, you know, notwithstanding the Hulk transformation piece. Okay, so let's just focus on what we actually have in front of us here. So this is a quarter scale piece. A lot of people are very excited about a quarter scale Swamp Thing. It's very exciting news, and I think the actual piece itself is overall well done. The only thing I don't like that XM is doing here, it's very dark. I would love to see it illuminated a little bit better so we can see the actual details, because a lot of these images that you are going to see are incredibly dark, which I guess, you know, it is in the swamp, so I get it, but I would have liked to have seen the detail a little bit better. This does come with two different portraits, which is great. I don't know the edition size as of yet. It is said to be $980-ish USD, to give you kind of an idea of the price point. But this pose is really good. I know it's a copy, but it is it's a good pose. I think that the detail on this is really good. I really like the green elements and then also the brown elements. Lots of great detail. If you actually look at the detail here, there's a tremendous amount going on. And I think it is well sculpted. I think it is well done. I think the vines and the veins and everything else inside of him look really well executed, in my opinion. Lots going on with the base. Of course, you do have this swamp base. I think that's really cool. You also notice the Dr. Fate Easter egg here. I don't know exactly what the connection is. I think maybe, I don't know if they battled or they teamed up or something. I'm not exactly sure. But there clearly is a Dr. Fate Easter egg there. You have the little tree frog. So there's lots of little things going on here, which I think will make it a lot of fun. This is a DC piece, so, you know, maybe you could pair it with Poison Ivy, would look really cool. But again, you notice a lot of the greens and the browns. I think that they did a really good job of separating color. And I just think it's really well done. You notice here is the second portrait. Some people have said it's kind of Davy Jonesy. I could kind of see that. But I think it's fun too. I think I prefer the other head sculpt over this one. But again, the actual sculpt to me looks really good overall. I don't see a problem with the actual sculpt itself. Some people, again, have said it's lazy sculpting, but I mean, I look at the detail there. I think it looks pretty darn good. I'm not a massive fan of Swamp Thing, so I don't know if, you know, this is 100% comic accurate or not, but I do feel like the overall aesthetic of this piece, it does look good here. Now, when we're talking about the controversy part, okay, we're talking about the pose. We're talking about, is it okay for XM to steal from themselves? Well, here is the actual pose. Here is Hulk. Right here. Again, it is considered one of the best ones they've ever done. It is a phenomenal piece. I think it's just absolutely outstanding. Okay, so what the controversy is, again, is that you have basically an exact mirror image. Okay, so the way I see it is, yes, XM is stealing from themselves. No matter what they're saying, they are stealing from themselves, and that's okay, I think, because one's a Marvel piece, one's a DC piece. Now, unless you have them both side by side, I could see that. But the chances are maybe the Swamp Thing collector is not going to be collecting this Hulk piece. So is it okay to have a similar pose? I personally think it's okay. Is it lazy? I don't necessarily think so. Again, if you only have a limited number of poses that you can do, and this has already been a bona fide hit, why not try it? Now, with that said, there's been a lot of backlash from the community, so this experiment that XM is doing here, that might, they might not ever do that again, which is probably a good thing. But I just really feel like if you are an XM collector, you might be a fan of Swamp Thing, but not necessarily Hulk. So this might be your standalone piece, and if you have them side by side, again, I could see where this is an issue. But if you just buy one or the other, I don't think it's necessarily a problem. Would collectors have liked to have seen maybe something different from this piece? Clearly. But it's not like they're stealing a pose from another company. And that could happen too. That's happened over the years. And lots of Captain Morgan poses, like I mentioned. But at the end of the day, I still think this is a cool looking statue. Could it have been done differently? Absolutely. Is it an exact copy? I pretty much think it is. I mean, I honestly think it is a copy. But it's the same company, so is it okay to copy off yourself? I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing because, again, you're dealing with Marvel and DC. Now, if this was 3 or 4 DC pieces with this exact same pose, I think that would be way worse. So, again, I want to know your thoughts on this piece. I do think this statue itself is good, but, again, should they have maybe done something different? Possibly. But what do you think of my points here, guys? What do you think? Do you think I'm correct about it being kind of a different Marvel DC situation where, you might not have them displayed next to each other? I don't know. I want to know your thoughts down below. But overall, I think it's a cool statue. But I do want to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys so very much for checking it out. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, click that notification bell, make sure you choose all. That way you don't miss any of this content. And thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time right here in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Hey, guys, thank you so very much for watching today. And if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also, please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.